Hi, this is Larry from That's What's Cooking. Tonight we're gonna have some chicken. I'm gonna fry up some chicken. We're gonna top it with two different bastings, teriyaki sauce and lemon pepper, which the family really loves that one. They also like the teriyaki, but it's the first time I'm gonna be doing it on top of the flat iron. I'm also gonna do up some potatoes, some red potatoes with onions. We have some Brussels sprouts, so we're gonna have with bacon and onions and some seasonings. And my daughter's cooking, I think, some carrots inside, cornbread, and we're gonna put it all together and have ourselves a nice meal tonight. So that's what's cooking. I've got all my chicken down, and it looks pretty good. I got it sectioned up. It's just me. I like everything in rows, keep it all nice and neat. What I like doing is browning the chicken first and making sure that it's all cooked before we do the base. The base will be one of the last things that you do. And the reason I like doing that is if you put the base on it right now before the chicken is even cooked, you're gonna get fooled because your basting will cook first, or it might even burn, and you might even think your chicken's done, but it really isn't. So I've always wanted to cook my chicken first, make sure that it's cooked all the way through, and the basting is basically just a flavoring that comes on at the end. You'll still have that good flavor on because you're gonna see how we're gonna go ahead and cook the basting on, not so it burns, but just so it cooks real nice on top of the chicken. But we'll know inside that the chicken is cooked. That's the main thing. You don't want to serve a meal that you open up the chicken and it's red, okay? Especially in my family, I know that's one thing that I've always had to be sure of, that your chicken is cooked all the way. So we're just browning it. I'll probably turn it again here in a few minutes. I have everything on low so I can go ahead and keep control over it. Just gonna add a little bit of garlic salt. We do have a basting on there, but I always put garlic salt and pepper just about on everything, just because it makes everything turn really good tasting. So we're just gonna add a little bit of garlic salt, a little bit of pepper, and we'll come back and flip it. We already turned it over. I started cooking it on one side. You got to make sure that your chicken's cooked, and I really like making sure that it's cooked. See, this is one side right here that we got it browned, and I'm just trying to do the same thing to the other side. It's just basically just browning your meat, making sure that everything's cooked. And after we let the other side cook and make sure that both sides are cooked and that the inside is cooked, I'll check pieces because I want to make sure that everything is cooked. After that, we'll just add on our basting and we'll cook it, and then the chicken will be ready. I did put the chicken underneath the domes. It's a little extra precaution so it cooks inside. The domes create the heat. It stays inside just like everything was covered like on a regular grill. This way the heat will intensify, stay inside, and we'll get that good cooking on the inside. Make sure, just don't leave it, but make sure and just learn and look. Make sure that nothing is sticking, nothing is burning. Looking good, looking real good. But we want to make sure that the insides cook real well. So we'll put the heat back on, the lid's back on here for just a couple more minutes, and we should be good to go. Gone ahead and browned it on both sides, and I think it's pretty cooked all the way through. And what I like to do before I put on the baste, I like to clear a lot of this grease off. So you can see me over here on the right hand side. I'm just piling up the chicken because I'm trying to clean off this part of the griddle over here before I put the basting on. Otherwise, I've done it before without cleaning it off, and it really gets greasy. You have a greasy baste, and it doesn't stick on as good as I'd like it to. So my chicken's browned, it's cooked inside already. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean all this mess off first so that I can lay it back down. It will start sizzling again because it's not sitting directly on top of the grease, but that'll give me a chance to add on the basting, which will stick nicer, because when it's too greasy, it's almost gonna fall off. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this. I'm gonna go ahead and put the chicken back on, and we'll put on the baste in a second. I'm gonna go ahead and add the base. I'm gonna use two different kinds tonight. We have a lemon pepper base. It's kind of thick. I like them thick. Kind of thin, just runs off like it's just liquid. So when I'm picking a base theme, I always look for something that's thicker, that's going to stick to the chicken. This is something called World Harbors. It's a lemon pepper. It's really good. We've used it before. It's great lemon pepper taste. I'm going to just go ahead and apply a first coat on top. You got to be careful, because I mean it is going to spread around. You can hear it sizzling, but that's okay. Everything is on low, and you're just going to put a nice coat on top of everything on the basting. And once it's on, we'll go ahead and we'll flip it, and we'll come back and we'll add another coat of the other flavor. This is the teriyaki, honey teriyaki as a matter of fact, and it's actually, I've used this when I do just grilling. It's a masterpiece marinade, honey teriyaki. It's thick, it's got sesame seeds in it, it'll stick to your meat, whatever you're cooking. Really good. Today I'm just putting it on the chicken, and I know it's going to come out great. So we're going to go ahead and put a coat on this one. Then we'll turn it and we'll coat the other side also. We flipped them over. We're going to go ahead and baste them on this side. All the chicken's got a nice brown sear on it. Looks delicious. Smells good too. The lemon pepper, oh, I can't say how good it tastes. I mean, it really is. Well, at least this one is. For us, it's delicious. So I highly recommend it. I don't know where you can get it. I mean, I get it at our local grocery store, but it's called World Harbors Lemon Pepper Garlic. Also, garlic. It's delicious, and it gives a great flavor. So I'm going to go ahead and put another coat of the teriyaki sauce on this one. Masterpiece honey teriyaki barbecue sauce. It's thick, sesame seeds in it, got a great smell coming out of the bottle, got a great taste on the food. Gonna go ahead and baste it, letting the other side cook. Like I said, we cook everything on low so it doesn't burn. We're paying attention to it, we're turning it, and we're just making sure that the meat, which is the main part of the meal, we want to make sure that it comes out really good. Well, I think the meat's cooked. It looks good. It's got the glaze on both sides. I've browned it on there. And this is the teriyaki, and it looks really good. I'm going to go ahead and move it into the containers, the lemon pepper. This one's done also. And I think we can go ahead and move on to the vegetables now. We're going to go ahead and cook the potatoes now. Potatoes take a little bit longer than the Brussels sprouts, so we'll go ahead and cook these first and get them out of the way. They're just red potatoes. We're just going to go ahead and just put them on your grill. I've already laid down a coat of olive oil. Let's heat it up pretty good. Spread them around a little bit. Maybe let them get to cook a little bit more. You want to make sure that your potatoes are cooked. One time I cooked them and everybody was saying they were good. They were probably hungry, but I just didn't cook them all the way. And I want to make sure that I do cook them all the way. So I'll probably use the domes to create that heat again so we can make sure that they get a really nice cooking on them. We have the red potatoes. We're going to go ahead and cook them with some onions. I use a lot of white onions. White onions are good, the ones that we've always used for cooking. So plenty of onions on there right now. Later I'll add a spice. It's called a seasoned all. It's a really good spice. We'll go ahead and throw that in a little bit later. Right now, I'm just going to go ahead and toss these a little bit. Just moving them around, letting them get a little bit of cook on them. Just gets the onion cooking, and we'll probably let it sit here for a second. I think we got a pretty good mix. I'm just going to spread it out and we'll let it cook up a little bit. I went ahead and put them underneath the domes That way they could go ahead and start cooking a little faster inside. Like I said, potatoes takes a little bit longer. I did add a little more oil in there to create a little bit of a steam. So they're oiled pretty good. Don't want them to burn, but we just want them to cook. So we got plenty of heat in there. We got oil, and we got our potatoes and our onions. We're gonna go ahead and let them sit here for minutes, and I'll come back and we'll go ahead and give them a nice tossing and probably let them sit underneath domes again. We're gonna go ahead and take off the domes just to see how it's cooking. I can smell the onions give a nice turn. There you go. See, they're starting to brown. They're starting to get some brown. The onions are cooking a little better. Good. That's looking well. You want that brown. You want those potatoes to cook. I mean, you can brown them without them cooking, and then they're going to be kind of raw inside, but with the domes, it'll help them cook a little better. So I'm going to go ahead and put some seasoning on, and we'll probably cover them up again. This seasoning, like I said, it's called seasonal. Good stuff. Real good stuff. Put some on there, get yourself a real nice flavor. I've used this before on the potatoes. It came out great. Came out great. Smells good. Give everything a nice toss. Good, good. Smells delicious already. Not even cooked yet. Keep everything moving. You want nothing sticking. You don't want to burn anything. I mean, you might burn a couple things, but keep an eyeball on everything and just turn it. Got ourselves a good turn here. And we'll probably go ahead and put it underneath the domes again. Let it sit for a couple minutes. After a couple of minutes under the domes and let them cook out here on their own, I think they're ready. I think these are ready. They're brown. We've got our onions that are cooked, and we already had my daughter taste tested one, and of course I got to make sure that she likes them. She's a tough customer, but she liked it, so I got the approval, and we're gonna go ahead and put these inside of a container. Now we're gonna do the Brussels sprouts. I do Brussels sprouts with onions, and I have some pepper bacon here. This is something new. I've never done Brussels sprouts. I've done other vegetables basically the same way with bacon and the onion, but my dad wanted some Brussels sprouts, so we're gonna go ahead and try doing the Brussels sprouts on here. First off, we're just gonna go ahead and lay out our bacon. And we'll go ahead with onions. Always using onions. Might as well put them all out. Just a little bit left. I think that'll be great. And what I like doing, I like going ahead, let's go ahead and toss this up a little bit first. Just a little bit, just to get a good mix on it. I've got plenty of oil down on my griddle. I've got it on low, like I always do. I cook on low. I just like cooking on low. It just helps me keep control of everything. I'm not into fast cooking. Cooking takes a while, but that's okay. Low is good. I'm out here to cook, but I want to stay controlled over everything. We'll just go ahead and spread out the bacon and the onions, get them a nice cook. And now I'm going to go ahead and bring out my Brussels sprouts. We've got some nice Brussels sprouts, and not the jumbo ones, or the mini ones. We just cut them in half. Cut them in half. So we're just going to go ahead and lay them on top. We're going to go ahead and add some olive oil on top of the Brussels sprouts and everything. Don't want them to burn. Get good flavor, that olive oil. And we're just going to go ahead and mix everything in here. We're going to go ahead and add some garlic salt and some pepper also. And salt and pepper. Give them a nice turn. Mix it up. We want everything to cook well. We're going to use the domes. I always use the domes. It helps me out because I like the heat to cook, but I like the low flame, keep it under control. But the domes keep that heat inside, and it gives everything a real good cook that you're not going to get just keeping everything open. So domes are important. They're a big part of my cooking, so we're going to definitely use them now. And I can see that there is oil on them, plenty of oil on them. So I'm just going to go ahead, toss it just a little bit more to get everything mixed up, and then we'll go ahead and put them on the domes. I've got them underneath the domes right now, and I'm going to go ahead and add just a couple of squirts of water. Creates that heat, that steam inside. You're not drowning them, you just put a little bit of water in, get them a little wet, cover them up real quick. You get a lot of steam effect, helps them cooking a little bit faster and thoroughly. So we'll go ahead and let them sit for a couple minutes, and we'll go ahead and check them. We're going to go ahead and take the covers off of them. Look and see how our progress is. Looks good. I can smell the bacon, I can smell the onions. And I'm looking at my Brussels sprouts, and they are changing color. They're getting a deeper color, a little darker color. It looks like they're getting cooked. With the domes on, with that steam effect, these are coming along just fine. Some of them you might want to get a little bit of a browning on them, but that's okay. That's okay. It just adds to the flavoring of everything. So we'll go ahead and give them a nice toss, and we'll go ahead and put them underneath the domes. Well, I think our Brussels sprouts are ready. I had them underneath the dome a little bit. Add some more oil, some more garlic salt. Looks like my bacon's done. Looks like my onions are done. I'm pretty sure these are done. We tried a couple of pieces, my dad and I and my cameraman, and I think we all agreed that these are done. So we're going to go ahead and pack these up. We'll go ahead and show you everything that we've cooked. We'll put together a plate, and that'll be our finished product. Well, this is everything that we cooked this afternoon. We got a couple kinds of chicken here. We've got the teriyaki chicken, the lemon pepper chicken. We went ahead next with the potatoes, with the onions and the spices, and we ended up with our Brussels sprouts that have the bacon and the onion in them and some spices. We also have on the stove, there's some carrots cooking, there's some cornbread, and I know there's some rice also. So we're gonna go ahead and make a plate, and we'll show you a finished product. Well, we have our finished product here. We have both kinds of chicken. We've got some potatoes. We've got the Brussels sprouts, and the other items that my daughter made is a cornbread. We've got some carrots and some rice, and this one's for my dad, and I hope he likes it. I think everyone's gonna like it. We did some taste tests earlier, and everything came out pretty good. So pretty excited about it, and I know everybody's gonna enjoy it. And we'll see you next time. Thank you.